Let's get off that back.
Okay,
I
well,
know
exactly.
you were pressing me.
Well, going back. We're going back. Enough about that.
Yep.
You stood there, obviously, in awe.
Yeah, in
after
awe.
the fact that it happened.
Yep.
That's you as a freaking fan.
Yeah.
You were telling me as a center fielder, you grind your whole career, your whole life to win a World Series, and you're just going to stand there for 10 seconds? Oh, baby, we're back.
What is going on, guys? It's Alex with Wheat State Creates. That's right, we're episode 3. I'm no longer putting Baseball Cards AF in front of what's going on, guys. This is Alex. But I am also affiliated with Baseball Cards AF. It's Xtra Spicy.
What up? I'm back.
And Cotter is back.
Con diggity dong, baby.
He's over here. And
it's episode 3.
We're already on episode 3. And Connor, you don't know what we're about to talk about.
No, he said the other week, he said, next week, you know what? You ain't gonna know what's gonna. I am excited, to say the least. What's going on, guys?
All right, we're gonna build anticipation. You have grinded your entire season. You've grinded your entire season in baseball. You are a professional baseball player, and your team is in the World Series, and they are. Your team is about to win the World Series, okay?
Are they 1 out away or something?
They're 1 out away from the World Series, and it's pretty much a no-brainer that you're going to win if you get the last out,
What's
obviously.
the score? What game, what's the score?
Let's just, you know what, go all the way. It's that old cliche, the game 7, you've got 1 run up. So let's just say 6-7.
6-7?
It's 6-7, you're up. It is the bottom of the 9th. It's bases loaded. There are 2 outs. It is a full count. Okay.
Well,
what?
Yeah, it'd be top of the 9th.
Thank you.
Because hang on,
No.
so are you home or away? We didn't establish that.
Ooh.
Because if you are up 7-6, because you said, yeah,
Hold
you
on.
confuse yourself.
I confused myself.
Let's just go back through it. So it's game 7.
Game 7. You're the away team.
You're the away team. Okay.
That's why we're at the bottom of the 9th, right?
Okay. So it's yeah. So it's 7-6.
Yeah. So you're building your a little bit of anticipation. It's the whole cliche that I just went through. Okay.
Yeah.
Now for you personally, and I really need you to dive, and we'll go through some of the different positions. But what position on the field or where in the stadium that you are on the team would you like to be to witness that final out, whether it's a strikeout or a pop fly or whatever the case is, or we can go through each scenario, but what is going to be your preferred, what do you think is
what's the best position to be in for the final out of the World Series?
For the final out of the World Series, and what would your kind of general kind of reaction be?
Well, I would have to say that being a catcher or a pitcher is easily one of the top 2 things.
Both are interchangeably number 1.
I wouldn't say interchangeably.
Oh.
I would probably there's different reasons for both places.
You're the pitcher.
Starting with being a pitcher, if you're striking that batter out, called third strike,
Best feeling in the world.
Best feeling, just like the Dodgers did in 2020. That's easily the best feeling in the world. You just threw either a if you're a curveball guy, throw that Uncle Charlie over there, throw it back just like Adam Wainwright in 2006 against Carlos Beltran.
He sticks the
or
landing.
Brandon Inge. I mean, good Lord, you got that Uncle Charlie working. You throw that, you're celebrating, you're running straight to your battery mate. If you're coming out of the pen, I mean, good Lord. But I think that easily being the pitcher would be number 1 for me, and then followed by catcher, because you're catching that last out and you're tucking that ball right back into your pocket, into your pocket as a catcher, and you're keeping that or giving it to the MVP or the manager or whatever. But I think that, I don't know, what are your thoughts? Like let's just start off catcher pitcher. What are your thoughts? Who would be better off in that? Who would you rather be? I mean,
I would rather be the catcher.
ooh,
For the simple fact, and this is going to piggyback into what my preferred position would be on the field. But since you asked which one of those two, I'm going catcher. I'm catching that final. Connor, the final out, the final ball thrown, the final ball caught, with the exception of a pop fly, but in this scenario we are going with a strikeout. The final ball caught in that season
is historic.
It's going on my shelf, and I caught it. I caught the final ball thrown in that season.
In the season, in that World Series, in
It just
perhaps
all of
depending
it.
on
Just
everything.
just
It goes down in
everything.
history.
It goes down in history. So that's number one. That's the main reason why. But my second reason, everyone is looking at me, facing me. You know how defense players look.
Oh, of course, yeah. They're not facing
I-
the crowd; they're facing you.
I get to see
Every
everyone
reaction.
else's reaction. Okay?
Yeah. Let me ask you this before you finish. I don't think you would be. You'd be so jacked up. You'd be like, I just fucking caught the last out of the World Series, and I'm running straight to the guy that threw it. You had that bond all season long.
Okay.
You don't give a, you can watch look, there's so much video, so much footage, highlights. You're going back and watching that on replay.
You've convinced me on my thought process. Still not changing my answer. Catcher for me, but let me tell you what position would allow for a little bit more, say, observation.
Yeah. Can I take a guess?
You know my answer, I feel like.
Is it the guy that's the furthest away from you straight ahead, not the pitcher, but go back a little bit further? The center fielder, maybe?
Absolutely, it's the center fielder. Again,
I agree.
On the strikeout scenario that we're going off of, being the center fielder, you're the furthest away. You're literally able to see a huge scope of the field, the stands, assuming fans are in it. You get to see you get to see your teammates and what their reactions are. And to be honest, and this is my personality, and you will not convince me otherwise, my reaction, at least for the first 10 seconds, will be just standing in awe, not sprinting in. For the first 10 seconds. Keep in mind, 10 seconds is a pretty short amount of time.
That's a long time after you just won the World Series, buddy. I'm gonna challenge you because this is extra spicy and that's what we do. But keep going.
So yeah, I would just try to take in as much as I can and look at everyone else's reaction, get that wave of just cheering, and you can just feel that energy. You've been to a postseason game. I've been to a postseason game. I got to see a walk-off home run postseason game, and the energy when that happens, I'm sure would be amped up 20 times after winning a World Series, especially if you are a part of that. So, center field, best observation. Then you get to channel all of that energy and dead sprint to the dog pile. And you get to swanton dive from the top rope onto the dog pile and celebrate that hard-earned victory that you fought blood, sweat, and tears for.
Okay, I'm gonna take it back. This is gonna be a great example because this is a personal experience you've had, and you react very well through personal experiences, just as everyone else does. You were talking about you and I have been to a postseason game, right?
Yes.
You said that you witnessed a Colton Wong walk-off home run.
Yes.
Prior to him walking off, I know this story, but what did you do whenever they were down? When I don't know the exact storyline. You almost broke your foot.
I
Essentially, is what you're
almost
saying.
broke my foot. So, long story short, it was in 2014 NLCS. We were playing the Giants, and Trevor Blosenthal walked in or wild pitched.
I think it was a wild pitch.
Wild pitched. The worst way to bring in a tying run. And he brought in a tying run in the top of the
Bottom.
bottom of the
No, top. Sorry, my bad.
top of the ninth.
Yep. Because
And
they were home.
I was so angry. I stomped my foot, my right foot, and I was in Vans. Actually, I think probably these Vans that I'm wearing. I stomped my foot directly onto the concrete that Busch Stadium has their seats sitting on in the stadium, as most professional stadiums have. And I legitimately thought I shattered my ankle.
Okay, so based off of that experience, and then
Yes.
based off of your experience of him hitting the walk-off,
Yes.
you didn't just sit there and watch. Okay, the frustration, that's one thing, but when they won, I guarantee you didn't just sit there and take it all in.
So what I did my initial celebration. I did the
Initial celebration.
Okay. Here,
There it is.
my initial celebration jumped up in the biggest. I lost my voice for a week.
Yeah.
I lost my voice for a week. I jumped up and tears immediately started falling. But soon after that, I stood there with my hands behind my head, and I just stood there. And I looked at everyone celebrating, and I watched the field, and I just stood there.
Okay, but your initial.
I know my initial. Let's get off that back.
Okay,
I
well,
know
exactly.
you were pressing me.
Well, going back. we're going back. Enough about that.
Yep.
You stood there, obviously,
stood
in
there.
awe.
Yeah, in
After
awe.
the
Yeah.
fact that it happened.
Yep.
That's you as a freaking fan.
Yeah.
You were telling me as a center fielder, you grind your whole career, your whole life to win a World Series, and you're just gonna stand there for 10 seconds.
I obviously don't know, but I do feel like my normal and natural and my comfort place was to observe it, and that's where I stayed in that moment significantly longer than the initial gut feeling. So I guess what I'm trying to say is
That's what you feel like you do.
yeah, that's what I feel like I do, and I also feel like the adrenaline spike would turn into very quick, almost relief, and just overwhelming, like, whoa.
Yeah, that just happened.
The chills, and like, you know me, I go to concerts all the time.
Yeah.
My favorite moments in concerts, and the ones that I really try to center myself with, I just stand, like, if there's a song that I absolutely love, I'm standing there, and I sometimes jaw drop, just not moving, just
I think they're just two
Silent.
very different.
it's two different things, but I feel like, at least for me, like that's at least the feeling that I would be cherishing and kind of latching onto, I guess.
Yeah, and I get that. I'm just tickling your pickle here.
Oh, I know it.
But I to piggyback on where we were at is I think that being a center field would be quite amazing to be, like, seeing everything like that. But I for sure would not be standing there. You know, if
It's fair.
they struck him out, I would be mad dashing in. And you don't know, because you just don't, like, if you had a bond with your teammates left, center, or left and right,
You might go visit them first.
you might just do a group hug. I know a lot of teams nowadays have that camaraderie in the outfield, like Juan Soto and all those guys from the Nationals. I think that whenever they celebrated, they ran to the center field and did their little handshake and then sprinted in. Like, it's the bond. It's not really, like, it's hard to put into perspective what you would feel.
Yeah,
But that's what you think you would feel. And I'm not saying that you can't think that, but
of course.
I think that it'd just be it'd be way we will never know.
We'll never know.
But as fans, that's the closest thing that we can get to when our team wins. And so I was just trying to let you feel what, you know, some of your personal
personal experiences allowed me to feel.
personal experiences.
So mine, obviously, besides catcher and pitcher, would be the center field. Do you have a position and why that would be kind of your preferred spot to witness the final out of the World Series? Or is yours also center field?
Well, I think for content's sake, I would love to be in center field, but we just covered that, you know.
We did.
I think a second favorite besides pitcher or catcher or center, a second favorite would quite possibly be shortstop. I would think.
Interesting position there.
I would think. I mean, there's only so many left.
And you know what?
Like,
you've got to give me what you got with the poke chop.
I mean, you're shortstop. You're going. I guarantee you, if I was shortstop, I'd be going straight to my second baseman, the guy I've been doing double dips all season with.
Wrong.
Why?
You're heading straight towards spearing your catcher and pitcher that's on the mound already. You are not.
I don't know.
You're not prepped to get a ground ball and then just automatically do a quick 90-degree pivot turn to your second baseman.
So am I getting a ground ball or am I watching a strikeout?
No, you're watching a strikeout, but I'm saying you're not in position and then completely shifting your body to go talk to double dip, because double dip is also sprinting it at the exact same
Double dip,
time.
also known as second baseman.
Accurate.
But okay, what about this? What if you're in a shift? What if you are the shift game with the analytics nowadays? You could be on the same side as your second baseman. Then you're for sure running in together.
Okay.
You know, it's like,
Okay. You're
for sure hugging. Like, why not? But here's the real question: what are you doing as a manager? Are you? That's when I think you personally. That's where you would soak it right in.
That's where
you would soak it in. Right
I would
there.
soak it in, and I would, as a manager, I would consider myself as a captain of a ship. My ship being the dugout.
Oh, for sure.
And I am not leaving my ship
till all your sailors are off.
Until all of the sailors, all of the passengers, all of my teammates, all of my players have approached the field. And then
approached the field like
the field like it's some ceremony.
Like the deer are gazing and they're approaching the tree. No, they're sprinting.
They're sprinting
you
out
are
of it.
using some choice words here tonight.
But yeah, no, I'm staying in the dugout until it's been empty.
No, I agree.
So I'm the last person that leaves that dugout. That's the place where I made all of the decisions, and I'm soaking it in, and I get to watch.
You don't want to
impede on the players and their journey, and they're the ones who made the plays. I didn't hit any balls. I didn't make any
decisions.
I made some good decisions,
or some really shitty ones, and you somehow they did it. Not
they
you.
did it,
not you.
But I'm still gonna be equally as happy. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be a little bit more probably subdued compared to the other people on the team.
I would actually be really curious if anyone else has thought about this, because you and I think about some really strange things, and now that people are like, they're listening to it and they're actively thinking about, I haven't really thought about this. I want to know. We want to know. Where would you rather be?
And why?
And why? Leave us a review, 5-star only. Still doing that competition.
We got to get 20. We got to get 25-star reviews.
You know what? We really do.
And extra challenge, if someone can write us an excellent review as to why the best spot to watch the final out is from the bullpen.
Yeah, that's not that just doesn't happen.
It's a challenge though. If someone
Kershaw
legitimately
did it he soaked it in. What?
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
But then again, he knew, you know what? I've fucked up many times. Many ways. Many times, many ways in the postseason, and I deserve to soak it in.
And he did, and now he's got that.
He's got a ring. Good.
He's got a ring, and
good on him.
Yeah, good on him.
If you guys haven't seen episode 1, go check it out. We talked about the 2020 season.
We did. We covered it.
Do you think Kershaw deserves that ring? Let us know. Give us a 5-star review, baby.
You know what? On that note, it's a little late. It's a little later than my bedtime.
Well,
and I think we should probably wrap this up. I know you guys are listening to this probably in the morning, in the afternoon, maybe at night. I don't know.
But you don't know when they're listening.
I don't know when you're listening, but
are you listening?
Let
us know.
Drop
in
us
the
a
review
line,
section. Give us a 5-star review.
Like and subscribe. We are really beating that horse.
You got to do it. You know what? Hey.
Our producer is telling us to wrap it up. So
I think we really need to.
We're going to wrap it up. Connor, thanks, man.
Yeah,
this
been
thing
great.
Is going.
Episode 4 coming soon.
Episode 4 coming soon. For real, you guys have been incredibly supportive already through Baseball Cards AF. I hope you continue to support us through Wheat State Creates. If anyone watched us through Wiffle Ball is coming at some point when things get a little bit just more stable.
Yeah, a little more stable. Probably after the winter time, we're going to be kicking up some Wiffle Ball again, maybe some friendly games. We love that Wiffle Ball, and we love this podcast, and we love you. So, thanks for
I don't like that tag.
What's our normal tag? Our producer is telling us our tagline.
Wheat State Creates.
Yeah.
You name it, we create it. And as always, till next time.
See ya.